Imagine your child, your grandchild, your niece, or your nephew being ripped right from your arms, never to see them again. This is just the tip of the iceberg of what we're hearing with the Indigenous children that were really stolen from their homes to live in residential schools. I have a couple links here that I really encourage you to take the time, click on them, understand the many layers that's involved with this serious, serious issue that's before us now within Canada. I believe in many ways that the truth will set us all free. And because I'm somebody of action, I believe that it's important that we do very strategic things to support Indigenous brothers and sisters. As you click on the links below, you'll see that over 150,000, get your head around that, 150,000 Indigenous children have gone through at least on the upwards of 13,000 residential schools. I don't know about you, but that's mind-blowing for me. So what can we do? What can we do? Number one, I really believe we need to pay witness. We need to pay witness to our Indigenous brothers and sisters as they share their stories, as they tell us their truth of what has happened and the impact that this has happened. And I'm not suggesting listening here. I'm suggesting listening here at a depth that goes right into your soul. The other thing that I think we need to do is I feel very strongly that we need to write our MPPs, because you see, that is where the power is. So to get into rallies, to get into lobby groups, to sign petitions is where the change happens. You see, you're the voter. We already know that there has been a reconciliation. There have been 94 recommendations from that commission that have already been laid out. Only 10 of them have actually been implemented, 10 of them. It is our responsibility to support our Indigenous brothers and sisters to make sure that the remainder of those recommendations are in fact followed through. So the first day is, of course, awareness, right? We can't put our head in the sand. We can't. You know, this is real. This is beyond real. This is devastating. It's just devastating. The next one is acceptance. We have to accept that there is some part that perhaps even our own ancestors played. Because let's think about this. If I lived in a village and I had, back then, would have been referred to as Indians living down the street or in our community at the local store, we would have heard that those children were removed. So we're talking a culture that accepted genocide, cultural genocide. Let's beat that out of them so that they no longer can speak their own language, that they can no longer be able to pray and celebrate and have their ceremonies with Mother Earth and Grandfather Sky. It was not okay to be themselves. It was not okay to be able to truly be who they are. And don't we all have a right? So the final A is action. What are you going to do? Are you going to be on the sidelines and say, that's unacceptable, I can't believe that happened? Click on to the next Facebook, on to the next Instagram, on to the next TikTok video? Or are you going to be someone that's going to take action, that's going to say, all children matter. Every child deserves safety. That's a right. These children were not fed. They were malnutritioned. They didn't have proper medical care. They were sexually abused, physically abused, emotionally abused. The list goes on. I mean, I've worked with a lot of sexual abuse survivors. And oftentimes the reaction to the sexual abuse can be more horrendous than the actual sexual abuse itself. Our country has failed our Indigenous brothers and sisters. However, we have an opportunity to come to the plate, to pay witness, to listen with our hearts, to let them lead, and to just be with them. And that may be in silence, that may be in giving them time to do what they need to do to heal. It may be to get out there on the picket line. It may be to sign that petition. It may be to show up show up and suit up for mankind here, person kind, woman kind. So my invitation is don't be a bystander. Take action because your voice counts. Let's let their voice count. Have yourself a powerful day.